Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Gavin, this is GPTV, and for anybody that's been following me for however long or subscribed, it has been a little while since I put up a video. I've just had a lot of stuff go on in my life. The most major thing that happened to me that I just didn't really feel like filming anything was my mother passed away. So that hit me hard, and I couldn't really get myself to film anything again, but I'm trying to get back into it as much as I can. But yeah, a couple of other things did happen, small little things, like most obviously car related mostly. But I'm in my Honda Accord here now. My front suspension went on one side, so I had to replace the both of them. Obviously, after replacing both of them, one of the eye-back springs snapped in half. Here's a little short video of it, or picture of it now here. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. So now I have the original suspension back onto the car, the original springs, sorry. So my car is now sitting up like this in the front. So I don't know whether to go back to standard or just get new eye-back springs, so that I'll have two new front ones, and then two old rear ones, or replace the old rear ones with the new ones as well. So then I'd have 4 new springs rather than 2 old and 2 new. I don't know what to do. I'm kind of in two minds about even keeping the car at all, because my mum liked this car. I love the car, but I mean, it's just giving me too much trouble. Like, this video is about my window switch. The window switch, I went to pull the button up one day, and the button broke off in my hand, and it was lashing rain out. So in the rain, I had to take this whole thing apart and get a piece of metal, like what was it I used, a paper clip or something, and I had to connect the switch together again just so I could get the window to go up. I got it up anyway, and so I had to buy a new switch. So I went around to a lot of different scrapyards trying to find a new switch, and I only found one switch, and there was a problem with it, and this is the video for that problem. But yeah, so here's the video. So you can see that my button broke here, right in there actually broke. So this is what it looks like from the back, and I took it apart trying to fix it again, but I couldn't. So here are the two switches side by side, my original one here and the broken button, and then the new one. So I will show you now how I've basically made 2 switches into one, and I didn't just change the covers over like this. So you'll see what I've done. So this is the donor card that I got the switch from, but if you look closely, you'll see that it doesn't have any memory seats in it. So here they are now side by side, and this one is my one with the broken switch in it, or the broken button. And when I turn them over here and have a look at them, they all look the same. They have the same amount of pins, so I just don't want anybody else to get caught out with this. They have the same amount of pins and everything like that. But if you look at my model numbers, or the part numbers, if you look closely, I have E21 M1 here, and on this one it has E11. So if you look at this number here, this has E11 as well, and this one has E21. So they look the same, but they are not exactly the same. So I'm going to take it apart here now, and these are the clips that you have to release to take this part off. So there's 4 altogether, and basically when you just release those clips, this front piece comes off. I'm just thinking about this now. Actually, I didn't even need to take this off, but I wanted to show you where I did try to super glue it. I know super glue doesn't really work in the way you think it's going to be, especially if there's going to be any pressure on the switch at all. So the super glue didn't work. I just wanted a quick fix, but it didn't work. So now you can see that I'm pointing out these parts here, because these are the pieces that you have to release to get the board out. So back cover comes off, and this is the motherboard for my switch. So just be careful when you're taking this out, because you don't want these little plastic things to fall out. These are your connections for your windows, everything, and they are very small and fiddly, and they do fall out. So just be very careful if you're taking this apart like this. So this area here, if you have a look, this sort of strip here, these are your connecting strips. So those little plastic things inside have to connect against these to be able to put your windows up and down and your switches on and off and all. So these are the connections. See these little tiny metal things here? They have to connect against those strips. So I'm going to take one out here and you'll see how small and fiddly they are. They're so delicate as well. Just don't let them fall. You have to have them in the same position and all. It can be very difficult if you take them apart. It was actually one of these that I used to get the window back up, not a paper clip. So if we look at these two boards side by side, this is my original one and this is the new to me one. But they look identical. They look exactly the same. But all I done was I took the new one out like this, very gently so I don't lose any of those white things, and then I put in my original one, because it was just the casing that was broken, that had snapped the button off. So that's all I done. Then obviously I just cleaned it all up and put my my original face around and screwed it all back down, and it looks like my switch. You're probably wondering why I didn't just use the switch that I got in the other car. Well, this is why. So this is the new switch panel that I bought, the board that I bought, and these are my buttons. Okay, so you can see that my button is missing there, but the actual board that's inside of this is the new board. And I wanted to show you that this is my memory seats, and look, nothing works with the memory seats. So you can see that the lights and all turn on and off when I turn them on and off, but the board itself is not a memory seat board. So I'll show you with my other one now. This is my new board, my original board with the new buttons on it, and as you can see, my memory seats work now. See? And yeah, so that's it. But anybody that's wondering how to get these out, I'll show you now. So I just want to show how to get this out. So basically you just get a flathead screwdriver. If you put it into this part right here, you'll see there's a little small notch there. So you push it in there, and when you pull it upwards like that, and then this whole thing will come out. You have to kind of keep pushing it that direction, and yeah, like that. And then this cable here is in the way, kind of. So then you just pull it towards you. It doesn't want to. There we go. So, and that is the switch in or out, whatever way. And then, and at the back here you have this mechanism. Now if you look really closely in here, you have this sort of little clip here, okay? You need to pull that down. You see the way I pulled that down, and this released straight away. And then you just pop that, and the whole thing will just come out then, you see? Like that. And then it's pretty much the reverse. So when you're putting the new one in, you literally just push it in as far as it can go. With one hand it's very difficult, but you push it in as far as it can go, and then this little catch will also start to go in. No, it doesn't want to go in. There, see? And then that'll start going in like that, and that's it, it's in. So you just slide this side in first, that side in first. If I can get it in. Yeah, now that's in, and then you just push this piece down, and that's it, it's all in. So now you can see that my windows work, and obviously the other ones are all working still as well. Yeah, they're all working. My window lock button, so if I press that down and then press this, that's working, but these ones won't, see? So my lock button is still working, and my lock my doors function is still working, and my window, my memory seats now. So see, ooh, I'm reclining, I don't want to recline. See, that's all working now. So now my window switches are all working perfectly, and my memory seats are working perfectly. I also do have another problem with the sunroof. I'll show you in another video. But also, yeah, there was a couple of things that went wrong anyway. I had to do an NCT So for your NCT, an NCT is a national car test in Ireland. We do a car test on this year, on this model, on this car. I would have to do one every year. Newer cars, it's every 2 years, and then really old cars, they don't have to do them at all for some weird reason. Anyway, so to pass an NCT, you have to have your window working. So I've done that. That's all working. But while in the NCT, they found rust. Now, I knew the rust was here. I didn't think they would poke a feckin' hole in it, that they would destroy it so bad that I would have to get it welded anyway. I kind of thought that they'd say to me, you know, you need to fix this rust, and then I would do it eventually or something like that. But no, they cut out a big hole themselves, like by poking it out with a screwdriver and stuff. So that meant that I did have to go off and get it done. It still hasn't been painted yet. I have to go back to them to get it painted. But yeah, I've just had some issues with this car that it's just driving me crazy at this point. The clutch that I originally got done, and then the one of the last videos I told you that I got a clutch in, it was the wrong size. They got another clutch in, that was the wrong size. So the third clutch worked perfectly. Well, that was probably a year ago, not even a year ago, and already my clutch is going again. So you can see why I want to get rid of this car. It's been a heartache for me. I've always said, when a car starts to give you trouble like this, get rid of it. But I've now put so much money into it that I don't want to get rid of it. And plus, I didn't want to get rid of it because my mother loved the car. Now my mother's passed, I don't really care about this car anymore. I love the car. I love everything about it. I never got a chance to put the body kit onto it. Everything just costs money, and everything is just, you know, I'm only human. I'm only a normal person just like everybody else out there. It's not easy to just come up with the money to buy a body kit and then come up with the money to get it painted and whatever, as well as run a house with mortgage and blah 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 and kids and all that. And then the fact that your car just keeps breaking and things go that you don't think are going to go, like your suspension, like your springs, like your clutch again, like you're constantly changing brakes because it's a heavier car. Suspension issues because I live in a bad area with terrible roads. It's just the way it is. And like I said to you, this car is on the road all the time, so it's just the way it is. Anyway, so stick around for another video because I will have another one on my sunroof, and you can have a look into your own sunroof and see do you have the same problem. But anyway, yeah, come back for another video. Thanks for watching and take care.
This could be the last time that we see each other, but I wanted you to know that